Hello, my name is Victor Pastrana. Today's date is 4/13/2026, and this assignment is for FTH223 Week 4. For this assignment, for part 1, we'll be discussing compensators. For part 2, we'll be stoning and polishing our SARB6 and going over trigger weight measurements. And then for part 3, also for part 2, we'll also be swapping out springs. And then for part 3, we'll be going over the reflection and the preparedness. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this with part 1, the discussion of compensators. Let's start with the physics. Basically, the science. When a cartridge ignites, high pressure gases flow through the projectile and out of the bore. Without a compensator, these gases vent forward, and Newton's third law dictates an equal and opposite reaction felt with recoil and muzzle rise. For this, I'll be using my 9mm Hellcat because it actually does have a compensator in it. As you can see, I've already cleared the firearm, so pretty much what happens is when you fire the firearm, you feel the recoil, which is the gases pressing the slide back and forward, but it actually pushes your hand also back and forward. And then the muzzle rise, because obviously you need to get rid of the gases, so pretty much it's coming back forward, and then you get that slight jerk. Now with the compensator itself, the gases enter the expansion chamber, they strike the buffer and redirect upwards. This creates a downward and counteracting muzzle flip, allowing the operator to track sight and more effectively during rapid strike of fire, meaning you get a better sight picture and you can shoot it faster without any issues. Now, pretty much what happens is, if you can see, there's vents on the side and on the top. Now, when the round is fired, the initial recoil comes up, but since the gases are escaping upwards into the side, it actually brings the firearm back down, counteracting itself pretty much, making it a little bit more equal. Pros of it and cons of it. Pros, significantly flatter shooting, faster follow-up shots, and reduced flat recoil. Cons, increased overall length. If you can't tell, it does extend out more. Potential for gas debris to be blown back towards the shooter, especially in retention shooting, and the potential need for lighter recoil springs, or to ensure reliability cycling due to reduced slide velocity. So pretty much you would either need lighter springs. I actually did not adjust any of the springs on my firearm because it was perfect the way it was after I put the compensator on it. But the debris blowback is due to the gases expanding and extending out of these 3 vents. You know, let's say you're downwind and, you know, you fire the firearm, the gases are going to come back, and, you know, the wind is going to come back towards your face. Well, the debris will come back towards your face. That's it for part 1. For part 2, we'll be going off camera after I show this part real fast. So as you can see, we already have the SARB6 completely disassembled to the point where the things I need to polish. These were our initial trigger pulls for single action and double action, and then I averaged it out. We'll come back after the polishing, reassemble the firearm, and then do more trigger pulls, and then we'll disassemble it, install the new springs and everything else that we have here, and then reassemble and do it all over again. So we will be